we're here at Hersheypark on Friday, December 21st, 2025, and we're in for a nice night today. You know, it really looks like they added a lot of lights here. I'm seeing a lot more lights than last time here in the entryway of Candylane. You can't really see from where I am parked in the pass holder lot, but it really looks very good with all the lights that they've added this year. Not this year, but this week, because I feel like last week they had less lights, and they've added some more down here by Candylane. It really looks great, and the park just looks really phenomenal. And I'm excited to see if they've added any lights throughout the park. You know, because the first weekend, it tends to be not, you know, maybe they were a little behind and they weren't able to put up all of the lights, so they only put up a certain amount of them. But overall, it just looks like we're gonna have a fun night today. Do the Dry Golf Railroad with the 12 Nights of Christmas, and just see what else we can do throughout the park that's special for Christmas Candylane. This was my second visit of the year to Christmas Candylane, so we'll see what all we can get done. But I think we're in for a treat tonight. It's about 5:30. The park opened about a half hour ago, so a little late, but still not terribly late. Still early enough to have some fun. I was planning to get here a lot earlier, but I had a lot of things earlier today because I wanted to go over to Zoo America and then go over to Chocolate World for the new overlay of the Chocolate Tour ride, but I wasn't able to do that. So on my next visit, I'll end up doing at least Chocolate World. But yeah, it really looks nice here with all these lights. Man, you know, they could have more lights like on these trees or whatever, but it is what it is. And really, the addition of that tree at the Kisses Fountain is phenomenal. I am so glad that they decided to do that. But let's get in the park and have a fun day here at Hersheypark. Okay guys, so I stopped and got my first hot chocolate of the night, which is, let me see how it is. Phenomenal as usual. Stopped here, wasn't too long of a line. And one nice thing they're doing this year is they're keeping the fast fill stations open during Candylane. Previous years they didn't do that. I believe it's just this one that's open, which is really nice. I usually don't want soda during Candylane, but sometimes previous seasons there were sometimes where I was like, I wish I had some soda as well. So it's nice that they're at least keeping one of the fast fill stations open, so people that want that can still get that. It's just a real nice thing that they're doing. So you know, you can get hot chocolate, or soda with your king size or giant size season passes with your drink plan. But it's a great hot chocolate, and I think now I'm gonna go over and get some rides on Candymonium because it has basically no wait. The park isn't really busy tonight, as it is usually in Candylane. It doesn't get too busy. I mean, towards Christmas and stuff it gets busier, you know, during the holidays like Thanksgiving. But today is not busy really at all. But I'll go over and get a few rides on Candymonium. Update you in a few minutes. Okay guys, just got off of 4 rides on Candymonium. The first ride I got was, I believe, so I got one ride on the second row, the furthest to the left seat. Then I got another ride on the 6th row, furthest to the left seat as well. And then I got 2 rides on the 3rd row, second from right seat. So, you know, I ended up getting 4 rides in Candymonium. Really great. I mean, especially when you go around the helix there by where usually the kissing fountain is, but now it's the, I guess the kissing tree or whatever you want to call it, the big tree at the front of the park. When you go around that with the helix, it's real fun to lock your eyes on that. It's fun to do it when they have the fountain, but I think it's even more fun now that they have the tree to lock your eyes on the tree. And you know, it's just something fun to do. So I ended up getting 4 rides, and really the first drop is so much fun, especially since it's colder. You know, you get so much airtime, and they're not really stapling, so you have a lot more room. So going down that first drop is just so much fun. A lot of airtime, and then all the camelbacks. The speed hill is amazing, but overall just tons of airtime. You wouldn't really think that. You'd think, you know, it's colder, so you wouldn't have as much speed, but they definitely dial back to trims a lot. So that really makes up for it, and you get so much airtime, and it's just a lot of fun. But I decided just to get 4 rides for now, and see what else I can do, because it does get a little repetitive, and I honestly think it gets boring if you have too many rides on one ride. Like 4 for me is like, after I have like 4, I'm like, I'm a little bored of this ride. I want to go do something else. But overall, I had fun getting 4 rides on Candylane, wherever it is. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Okay guys, now we're gonna get a ride on Twizzlers Twisted Gravity. I'm gonna sit on Black Licorice seat 12. Okay guys, we just got off of Twizzlers Twisted Gravity. I believe this is like the 11th ride of this, for me, the 11th ride I've had on this season. It was a great ride, you know, especially seeing the lights. But overall, great ride, lots of airtime. But now we're gonna see the Noel. The Noel show literally just kicked on. So let's go down here and watch the Noel show. Okay, guys, we just got done watching the Noel show. You know, I thought it was pretty good. You know, it is what it is. It could have been better. You know, like some of the music that was playing in the background, like they had the music playing for the Noel show, but they also had other music playing at the same time. But whatever, for what it is, it's not that bad, and I thought it was okay, but it's not my favorite thing. It could be better, but I had a lot of fun. But now I'm gonna get a ride on Super Duper Looper. Okay, guys, just got off of Super Duper Looper. Row 5 left seat is where I rode. Overall, a great ride. I mean, it's Super Duper Looper. What do you expect? That intense loop. You know, of course, you have 2 points in the loop where it's the most intense. I guess those on a teardrop loop, like what Great Bear has, those would be the parts that are more straight and not at the same radius as the rest of the loop. You know, there's a lot of science behind it, but nevertheless, it was a fun ride. You know, definitely very intense, but great as usual. And I don't know if this is a ride that's what it's the best. You know, is it the best in springtime? Is it the best in summer? Best in fall? Best in Christmas? I don't know. With this ride, you can't really tell. It's just great always, and you know, it is what it is. But overall, had a great ride on Super Duper Looper. Okay, guys, now we're gonna get a ride on the Kissing Tower. So let's see how the Kissing Tower's view is of all the lights. Okay, guys, we just got off of the Kissing Tower. You know, I thought we were going to get pretty good views of the Noel show, but what ended up happening is whenever we were at a point where we could view the Noel show, it wasn't really at like the climax of the show or anything. But you know, overall, it was a pretty good view we got up from the Kissing Tower. I did enjoy it, but I thought it could have been a little better, you know, seeing the Noel show a little more. But nevertheless, where we were sitting wasn't the best for spotting the Noel show. But overall, I had a pretty fun ride on the Kissing Tower, looking at all the lights. You guys, so a pretty big update here, and I don't even know what section of the park it is, Midway, no, not Midway America, but Founder's Way maybe, or I guess this is Music Box. I'm not really sure what part of the section or what section of the park this is, but nevertheless, here by the Chick-fil-A and the monorail station, at this patio here, there's normally just seating here, and I believe they used to have, over there, they used to have a stage where they performed live music, but they have a wall going up here, back there, over to there, and it looks like they have an excavator in here. I'm not sure what all they're doing. Just looks like they're ripping up the concrete slab in there. I don't know what they're going to be doing here. You know, they're just redoing the concrete or what. But you know, does it have anything to do with the monorail? Maybe, maybe not. Because that hasn't operated since springtime. It's been a while since that operated. But nevertheless, there's something coming here by the Music Box Theater, Chick-fil-A, and the monorail. So we'll have to watch and see what happens here, because they have an excavator here, so many things could happen, but nevertheless, something is happening, so keep you updated. You guys, now we came over here and we're looking at the reindeer here. You know, they're doing some interesting stuff.
They're getting negative 120. That's insane.
So insane.
Reindeer almost jumped the other one. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, they think that chicks are all over pristine now. I know where the biology thing.
Yes.
Essentially like only came out a couple years ago. So you know how we have our different layers of the eye? There's like the different
Can you survive a negative 100 when you
Can you cut off the circulation up to your legs to be able to still breathe?
Yeah, we're so inferior.
Might be a fight breaking out here soon. He is going for a run. He wants to pull the sleigh right now. Get them to work. Saw lots of reindeer games going on here. It is not okay what they're doing over there. I mean, chasing each other and fighting each other. That is not okay. Another update is that they have kept Laugh Track as Shackalicious Laugh Track even now into Candylane, which I don't know how to feel about it. Honestly, at first I did think, yeah, they're just gonna have it as Halloween, but it's interesting that they're keeping it through Christmas, and not just Halloween. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna get some rides on Wildcats Revenge. So let's see how it is. Okay guys, I just got off of Wildcats Revenge. I got 4 rides. One ride I got on row 6, I believe, left seat. Then I got one ride on row 8, right seat. And then my other 2 rides were on the back row, on either of the 2 back row seats. So overall, phenomenal rides on it. Let me just say, it was hauling. It was going really fast, and especially for the winter, insane how fast it was going. I don't know what they did. I mean, I don't think there's many trims on this ride, so I don't know if the trims aren't hitting as hard as usual, but nevertheless, that was, I mean, if you compare it to the last 2 or 3 times I rode it, I was like, yeah, it's okay, but like it's not going that fast, which was to be expected because it was colder. But these 4 rides were just insane. I mean, these rides were better than some rides I had in the summer, which is crazy. It was absolutely hauling. I mean, obviously the cold weather didn't impact it. I mean, maybe it impacted it in the other way, but I don't think that's really how that works. But nevertheless, those were phenomenal rides, absolutely flying through the layout. I just got a whole ton of ejector air time. Phenomenal rides on Wildcats Revenge. I really loved those rides. Okay guys, so now I'll be heading out of the park and going home, I guess. But overall, I had a fun day today. Got 4 rides on Pandemonium and 4 rides on Wildcats Revenge. 1 ride on Twizzlers Twisted Gravity, 1 ride on SDL, and that was it. I mean, it was a lot of rides, of course, 10 rides in total. So overall, I had a lot of fun. And really I got a bunch of things of hot chocolate. I don't even remember how many things of hot chocolate I got. But overall, I had a fun time here, and I got lots done. Yeah, this isn't really the best time to go to the park. Overall, I think, all things considered, I think I really did have a really good visit today. Got lots of rides and had lots of fun. Overall, had fun. I think I was very productive with the time in terms of what all I got done. And just overall, the main purpose is to have fun, and I did have fun. So, if you're coming to Hershey, make sure you come, make sure you get lots done, and make sure you have fun. But overall, like I said, had lots of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you go down and do that. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share. Do all of those things. Hope to see you in the next video. Guys, so another update here is that right here by the Hersheypark Stadium. So first of all, this perimeter road here, which is on park property, I guess, here where on the edge of the parking lot where you usually go out here, we can see up here how it is blocked off, and they are routing all of the traffic through this parking lot up here, which is usually used for like overflow, or I know when they were taking out the whip, they stored it there in this parking lot here, and also Twizzlers Twisted Gravity was stored here when they constructed it. But over there, they are doing massive construction over by the Hersheypark Stadium, on the stage, behind the stage, the hill here. They're completely redoing the whole level of the hill here, you know, they're redoing the road there. Lots of remodeling being done here at the stadium. So, you know, lots to look for. You know, this is probably just for next season when they start up concerts at the stadium again, so that the stadium is nice and refreshed, and, you know, it's up to capacity and stuff, and, you know, just make it nice and modern for the stadium, you know, so the people that are going to the different concerts there can enjoy it. So that's really a massive update here at the Hersheypark Stadium. I don't know if you can really see it from where I am, but nevertheless, a massive update, and I'm excited to see what ends up happening. Hopefully they get that done soon so you can actually drive on the actual road, because it is a little dangerous there, how they're rerouting traffic. So we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening.